Hello guys, and welcome to Fallout New Vegas, a game that, by this point at which I'm starting this Let's Play, has been Let's Played to death, and I think just about everyone has been finished with it for a while now. But I recently got the urge to play through it. At the time, I really didn't feel like playing Fallout when it released, but I just got the urge, so I bought the game, and as I usually do with the Fallout games, or, you know, Obsidian Bethesda games, I should say, like Oblivion, which I also Let's Played, I modded it. That's the first thing I did, literally, is just enable to download, go look for mods, so yay. I basically know next to nothing about this game, so this should be fun, and probably very frustrating for a lot of you perfectionists out there, but you should not be watching this. Just saying that ahead of time. So let's just get started, because staring at these pictures cycling through is not all that amazing. So let's start a new game. Yeah, obviously I did some testing, did quite a bit of testing, considering mods and, you know, seeing if that wouldn't lag me too much or anything. It all seems fine. I took it a bit easy on the settings. You know, I didn't go for 8 times AA or something like that, because that would rape the PC. So, yeah, just, I think I can push it higher, but I don't want to, because this is probably one of those games where at some point there's going to be like 30 enemies on screen and everything will just bog down like hell. So, yes. Let's start a new game now.
War. War never changes. When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
It's certainly not Courier. How about Eterna? Yeah, no typo, because that would be really embarrassing.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Goodsprings. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do?
Considering I'm alive, amazingly well. Alright, so let's play a male, let's play a Caucasian male, and then Fallout games, or well, I haven't played Fallout 1 and 2, so don't expect any lore business from me, but I did play, ooh, what is it? 60, 80 hours or so of Fallout 3? A lot, anyway. Is there a way to play that game for a couple of hours only? I don't think so. So let's go randomize this face to get something that is somewhat human looking. Because it doesn't get better than that. It just doesn't. No. Just Fallout 3 and, well, Fallout 3.5 as I, at the moment, consider this. Just horrible. Absolutely horrible. Okay, I guess they'll have to do. It looks somewhat human, so let's pick a hairstyle. I have actually clicked through this entire list. What was it called now? I did it earlier today. Of course that's it. Yeah, it's just one of the very few hairstyles I actually kind of like. Let's get some facial hair going as well. Let's get a rough beard, because I think that's kind of what it should be. I mean, you can't just... That just doesn't look good, and all the others are... Nah. Needs a beard, though. Needs a beard. So, I think that should do it. Hair color... No, I think the hair color is fine. That's fine. Alright, done. Yes.
Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room? Over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
It ain't? Okay.
Ooh, looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties.
Well, most of you, assuming that most of you have actually, you know, watched Fallout before, because just about every other Let's Player has done it so far, you may notice that there are some changes here. It's some of the mods I'll go explain in, you know, when I get outside of here. Alright, strength. So basically, what stats do I want? I'll take 6 strength. I'm gonna play somewhat realistic with these stats at least. My perception, I'm rubbish at, you know. Actually, wait, perception matters for lockpicking? God damn it, I like lockpicking. Lockpicking is one of those essential skills to the way I play anyway. Well, I guess I'll go give this a shot. See how it goes. I'll take another point in endurance. Charisma, nah, I'm not a charismatic person. I do okay, but no. Creepy Undertaker, yeah, that's kind of me. Social outcast. So, now one thing I do know is that I do want some intelligence, and that is purely like a gameplay thing, because, yeah, you get more points to spend on your other skills. So, plus I really like science, and science, just all of these are really, really good. So, I like having high intelligence. Let's also get some extra points in agility, because using guns is good. I like to sneak. I don't necessarily like to pickpocket people. I know a lot of people do, but it can be helpful. But I tend to kind of minimize that. But you know, we'll see how it goes. Plus, speed and action point regeneration are going to be very, very helpful. And let's put the extra point in luck. Alright, so 6 strength, 3 perception, 6 endurance, 3 charisma, 9 intelligence, 7 agility, and 6 luck. I think I like that. I bet 80% of you are just going, no, should not. No, I'm doing it. Alright.
Look at that. Maybe them bullets done your brain some good. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered in a bighorn and drop it. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking.
Yeah, so I'm just, the game is kind of doing the tutorial on the top left. I think those messages keep coming back if you don't do them, so I'm just going to do that. Just going to pick some shit up and adhere to it. Right, let's sit down.
All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
Cat.
House.
Shelter, I guess. Yeah, shelter's the only real option that gets anywhere close.
Night.
Dreams.
Bandit.
Actually, night would have been sleep. I read over that one. Damn, what was the... Was it burglar or something? Damn. Stop talking over the next word next time. Yeah, this is basically like a burglar, I think. Swiss cheese.
Light.
Dark.
Mother.
Caretaker. Tantrum. Tattle. There's some really interesting ones, but caretaker.
Okay. Now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
Very much me.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
That also sounds like me.
I'm always fixing to be the center of attention.
That can sound... No, not at all. I'd be the guy in the background that nobody notices.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
I'd love to say strongly disagree. I'm probably between disagree and strongly disagree on that, so I'll just settle for disagree.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on.
No, I avoid them.
Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
A canvas that needs to be cleaned. How about that? I can't do any of these. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. A chemical reaction. How about that?
Okay. How about this one?
A person getting lifted up into space or something with rocket boots. Something like that, but it's some piece of space age technology, I guess, is the closest to that.
Last one.
I see two people high-fiving. Kneeling down, there's the knee. Then there's the other leg. And those are the hands. And they're kind of missing their heads, but that's what I see. That's the first thought I had, but clearly not an option. How does that... I just don't see these options. I mean, the mushroom cloud I can see. That's the white there. That's what I can see. I get that. But bearded man? Light in the darkness? What? Are you kidding me? Or the head on a pillow I don't get at all. Not at all. So, light in the darkness, I guess.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
Alright, so these are our stats. Guns, okay. Science and sneak. That is surprisingly well. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. I'm kind of wondering though, should I put some points into medicine? Nah. I do want to be better at lockpicking though. I think lockpicking is more important for now than sneak. It's just that lockpicking opens up so many other possibilities. So I'm going to be cheap and change that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, done. I find it funny how all these skills are just, you know, the same level. So most of our are just 11 or 17, and the rest are just high. It looks like I'm going to be a really focused character or something. Done.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Alright, so basically pros and cons for, you know, your background. You can also pick none, so, but that's kind of boring. So flamer. I never like flamethrower weapons. Ever. Fire 20% more... no, I don't want inaccurate shots. I don't want that at all. I'm good-natured. That is actually true. So, you know, considering I'm going to be basically playing as myself, as I always kind of do, so, more prone to solving problems with your mind and violence. Yeah, if I can. I'll do my best, even though I'm not charismatic, to really pull it off. I'll do my best to do that. No. Yeah, that's it sounds cool, but taking more damage is not something I like doing. So I'm also rubbish at throwing stuff. I don't have a small frame. So trigger discipline is just about the one. Yeah, the lost point is basically one of these two. Either with weapons or energy weapons, I fire slower but more accurate, which sounds really good to me because I like my accuracy. Or accuracy, I should say. I always pronounce that wrong. Sorry about that. I'll probably do it a lot of times. And the last option would have been Wild Wasteland. It unleashes the most bizarre and silly elements of post-apocalyptic America. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what it does. I guess I should maybe just go for it because of that. Because it might just put me in some weird situations. Fine, I just kind of decided beforehand that I'll take Trigger Discipline, but fine, I'll take Wild Wasteland.
Alright, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
Cool. Up we go. I should really just walk along with him, not run.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style anyway.
Thanks. Yeah, seriously, thanks for patching me up, guy, because you have been incredible.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
I'll try. So, hardcore mode. Fallout New Vegas allows you to play in a new hardcore mode that greatly increases the challenge of the game. In this mode, Stimpaks heal over time and cannot mend broken limbs. Right away removes radiation over time, ammunition is weight, and dehydration is a constant concern. This mode is only recommended for advanced players. You may turn hardcore mode on or off at any time in the gameplay menu, but if you activate hardcore mode now and maintain it through the end of the main storyline, you will receive a special reward. Would you like to activate it? I'm just going to give it a shot because it sounds more interesting. And I always found, you know, the Stimpaks are basically like your health potions. They would normally just use and you would get your health back immediately. And you could spam them, so no matter what happened, if you had the Stimpaks, you could survive anything. So I always find that to be really cheap. And it is going to slow the gameplay down and everything, but it'll make things more interesting for me. So yes, I will do that. Plus, you know, having to constantly, you know, you get hungry, you need to sleep and all that. Yeah, sounds interesting. Alright. And this is where normally you get your first achievement, so I found out. Steam achievements, that is. So, we got one major quest, they went that away. I'm not sure if it's going to, no. Oh, yeah it is. More quests. Just gonna wait until they all basically go. Okay. Alright, so now no. Well, let's get out first. So, this is the Wasteland. And we're in a little town called Goodsprings. And, it's... considering the rest of the environment, it's a pretty good place. But first, I'll just quickly mention the mods and everything about them, considering you know, the experience I had with Oblivion. People just kept asking all throughout the entire Let's Play on what mods and where did I get them and how did you install this and everything. So I'll really do it briefly or mention it. By the time I'll upload this, I will have posted a blog on my blog. It's eterna.nl. You can also, by the time, probably just Google it, just Eterna and mods or something, and it'll come up. It did the same thing with Oblivion. So, if I don't forget, you can also click the link in the description. And I'll just, you know, list the mods I use and everything I did to get them working. Which was incredibly simple, by the way. It was absolutely simple. There was no configuration tweaking. Okay, there was one configuration change that I had to do in an INI file. That's it. That was an XML file, but yeah, you know how Notepad works, right? You just change one line. That's all I did. It is really incredibly simple, so hat off to all the modders out there. The rest though, what mods am I actually using? I'm using 3 UI mods, because normally the UI would, well, be more cluttered than this even. But I have my normal health and AP bars basically. Everything is a bit, the resolution has been increased a little bit on some of the you know, dialogue options especially, because when we were talking to the doc, we had like 6, 7, or maybe 6 or 8 options to choose from at one point, and normally you can only see like 3 or 4, which is insane on a PC. So yeah, that mod basically just reduces or increases the readability on all that stuff, so that's great. The other adds all these stats to the right, which is combat stats and, you know, my weight, WG, and radiation, H2O, how thirsty I am, and not being nutrition, I'm pretty sure, and SLP being sleep, how sleepy I am. So that is just really helpful. And finally, the third UI mod is the fact that I can just do this. Everything basically fades out, and let me just pull up my fists here. Normally it is more like this. You always have that crosshair going, and you know, always have the health and AP and compass in the lower left, which would be in the middle. It would just always be there, and I don't know, I didn't really like that. And this way, everything is just a bit more immersive. Everything just kind of fades out, and it'll show up when needed, and I like that. I really, really like that. So I might be tweaking with some of this stuff. And finally, the biggest thing is the fact that actually, let me go to the Pip-Boy here. My limbs are all doing fine. That is good. Let me... Yes, I know how to do stuff.